Hi guys, and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of a times table. So let me show you guys how this works. If I click on that, and we can, that's 12 times table. There we go. Whatever type of timetable you want to enter, just enter the value and there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Studio 2022. I'm going to click on create new project. And once you click on create new project, make sure you select Visual Basic. If you don't have Visual Basic right here, your recent project, just come right here, select Visual Basic. Okay. And make sure what you're selecting is Windows Forms Application.net. Make sure that is selected. Click on next. Now give your project a name. I'm just going to call that VB underscore times table. And let's click on create. The development environment is getting ready. There we go. So I'm just going to drag it that much. Next, I'm going to go straight to the toolbox. Double click on a button. I need a label and a text box. I need ListBox. And let's come right down here to grab hold of a text box. There we go. Now, this is our ListBox. As you can see, it says ListBox. Bring it right down. Drag it out much. I do have a label here. This is my text box, and underneath here is the button. Okay, let's drag it that much. The choice shows how you want it. Now, for this list box, I'm going to now select the text box, click in here, and select multi-line so that I can adjust the text box how I want. I'll drag that much. Now select all of the components on board and let's come right here where we have the properties. I'm going to change the font size. That's the font. Click on the font and let's change the font size. I'm going to make that bold and underneath here let's go for 16. Click on OK. That is good. You see this label? Let's change the text on the label to enter a number. There we go. And that is my text box where the number will be added. Now this very text box, I'm going to change the name of that text box. Come here where we have name, change that to TXT times table. Done. And the button, I'm going to change that to BTN. Change the name to BTN times table. Then the list box, I'm going to change that to LST times table. There we go. Each component now have their own respective names. Now, the next thing we want to do is we double click on the button. First of all, let's change the details of that button to times table. Yeah. Now, double click on the button. Before we go any further, right underneath this public class form1, let's declare the following variables. So I'm going to say dim I, comma, q as integer. There we go. Now I have the two variables I intend to use. Now the next thing is going to be, let's start work with the programs entirely. So first of all, right inside this button itself, double click on the button, and that's the procedural area. So right in there, I'm going to start by saying, using an if statement, if txt times table dot text, if that is equals nothing, then I want the following message box to be displayed. So let's say message box. We say dot show. And what do we want it to show? Maybe something you must enter a number. Make sure whatever message you intend to display is in a quotes. There. Okay, I'm going to put a comma there, and I just want to call that, I'm going to call it input error or something like that. Okay, just to let the user know there's an error. There we go. Now I'm going to add another comma so that I can add another argument. This argument I'm adding is going to be that of a message box button. Okay, that's the message box button. This time around I'm using OK. Add another comma, and let's add one more argument. This argument I intend to add is going to be an exclamation mark. So let's say message box. Look at it right there, message box icon. That will be is going to be an exclamation icon. Once that is done, see the text box. I'm going to copy that text box because I want to clear the system if there's an error. And I'm also going to get it focused. There we go, clear. And let's get it focused. So if there's any error, clear it at the same time, get it focused. There we go. Now I'm going to do one thing. You see the list box, this very list box. So you can see the name of the list box is LST times table. Let's get that cleared as well. Right underneath here, if there's anything, dot items dot clear, and you enter parentheses. There we go. That's it, done. Okay, that is if there's nothing in there. Okay, supposing you enter invalid data. So let's come right here. I've just copied that, paste that in there. So I'm going to say if not is number, if it's not a number, or if it's not numeric, actually. If it's not numeric, so what I'm saying is the text box, if the data in the text box is not numeric, we now want the system to also display a message. So this message is going to be, let's say, please enter a valid number. So let's get rid of this. Please enter a valid number. There we go. So the title also is error. Okay, and I'm going to leave the other argument how it is. And all of these will remain the same. Okay, however, if the input is correct, we do as follows. Let's come right underneath here. We then say q equals character in string. That is going to be txt times table dot text. Then lst, our list box, dot item dot clear. Just clear it if there's anything in there. Okay, once that is taken care of, let's enter parentheses. We now want to use the following. I'm going to use the for loop now. For I equals 1 to 12. So I'll just enter my loop. So the list box, we want to add item, and the item we're adding, we want it to be as follows. So let's say list box dot item dot add. Now what we are adding into it is going to be data in here, dot to string, convert it to string, because the list box that is now known as a times table only takes in string character. Enter parentheses and enter space mark. I'm going to use multiplication sign. Then let's enter and again. Yeah. Okay, there we also need to enter q dot to string. Once you've added that, enter parentheses. We also need to enter the equal sign. So let's copy all of these and double click right here. And I'll just change this to equals. Now I'm going to multiply I and q. So let's put them both in the parentheses. I multiply by q. Then we convert it dot to string as well, because the list box only takes in string character. Enter parentheses in there. And that's it, done. So right underneath here, make sure I is nested. Okay, and that is all there is to it. So have a good look at that before we run it. Hopefully there's no error. Click on run. There we go. Enter a value in here. There. That's 4 times table. Supposing I enter any other thing in there. See that? The system rejected that and it's going to play the whole system. Okay, now we have an error there. So let's take care of that very error. What I'm going to do is I want to end it first. Then right here, I'll come down here. Okay, I will just end, let's say, exit sub. And underneath here, I should do the same thing. Exit sub here as well. Okay, that should take care of all these errors now. So I'm going to run it again one more time. And let's enter whatever in there. See that? Clear. Now enter the proper value in there. Let's say 7. There we go. And let's mess that up as well. Clear. There we go. Okay. And one other thing is, if I click in here, I want the text, whatever I have in there, to actually disappear. So I'm going to copy all of this. Let's go in here, select the text. Okay, what we're looking for is the events inside the properties. And the event that I'm looking for now is the click event, which is right here. Double click on the click event and paste that in there. Okay, so using the click event. So if I run it now, check this out. Enter whatever value in there. Let's say 12 times table. There. If I dare click in here, there, that disappears. 3 times table. You see that, guys? And that's how you create your own multiplication timetable in Visual Basic. So with that, guys, I'm calling the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of this channel. So I'm gonna say bye for now.